income. Income is any money that you receive. Money you get from your job is income. Money that you get from a side hustle is income. Anything that's incoming to your bank account or to your pockets. When we go through our budget, you're going to have an income section. You don't have to just put your job. You put any ways, any means of getting money that comes to you is your income. Expenses or anything that you spend. Every time your bank account have a negative sign, that is an expense. That is something that you spent money and it took it away. And to go deeper on expenses, fixed expenses are anything that stays the same. It does not have to be something that stays exactly the same, but it's something that every single month or week is going to come out around the same number. An example is rent. Your rent may fluctuate, you may get a late fee or it may raise, but it is a fixed expense. It's something that you have to pay every single month/week, depending on how you pay your rent. So a variable expense is something that varies. So you know you're going to spend money on it, but you just don't know quite how much, especially when you don't have a budget. This is where everyone gets effed up because of the variable expenses first. You say, oh, I want to go out. I had a rough week. And you go spend your whole check. So on the going out portion, that goes under variable expenses. That's where people usually go first, to be honest. But it also can be like gas, groceries, things that fluctuate, but you know you're going to spend money. You know it's going to be money taken out your account. We'll talk about how to budget correctly on how much you need to budget out for variable expenses, but we'll do that a little deeper on my YouTube video. If you guys are new, I'm going to be doing a whole series in the month of March. So if you want to subscribe to my channel now, this is just a little beginner crash course on TikTok, but I'm taking it deeper on my YouTube channel in March. And then also, if you want my website and sign up for my email list, we're going to offer 101s in March as well, because I know a lot of people are still going to be confused and need help. And if I can fill the gap in this area, help people to create a budget to better their finances and become wealthy, baby, I'm going to do it. Because one thing about me, I just know how to do math. If I know how to do math and you don't, I'm willing to work with you, okay? I don't want to see us continue down the path we're going down. This is where a lot of people get tripped up. The method that I like to use and I prefer is the zero-based budget. Zero-based budget means that every dollar has a job and you're left with zero at the end. Why do I like it? Because when we get into the fractions, when people say, oh, 50% expenses, 10% this, y'all don't know fractions. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be real. I know people don't know fractions. People don't know how to move the decimal point. Zero-based budget is addition and subtraction. So a zero-based budget, every dollar gets a job. If you need further explanation, let me know. But also, like I said, this is why I'm going to have the deeper videos, and I'm eventually going to have like webinars and stuff so that I can sit down, break it down to people, because people get confused on this. People think zero-based budget means I don't have no money to spend. That's not what it means, okay? Just stick with me. Stick with me, follow if you need the support, because we have to learn how to budget our paycheck. We have to learn how to handle money. It's not a joke. I be giggling. I be trying to be a little funny, but I'm so dead ass. Like, we need to learn how to budget our paychecks. Sinking fund. Don't get confused. I know a lot of times you may see high sinking fund, low sinking fund. That just means, is it a high priority or a low priority? A sinking fund is essentially a savings account for something that you're saving up for. So a sinking account example is like a Disney trip, Christmas, a vacation that you're planning, your birthday trip. That's a sinking fund. It's basically a specific savings goal. You have an emergency fund. The emergency fund is for emergencies. An emergency fund is not because you want to go out to eat. An emergency fund is usually where people will have a certain amount of money. Basically, it could be double their expenses or triple, however much they can get up to. And this is usually when maybe you have a job loss or you just need something fixed immediately, like a house problem, car problem. This emergency fund is where you would get the money for that without it touching your money and messing up your budget. But this is something you have to build towards. But a lot of people cannot even get to this step because they don't ever have money left over. When I promise you, if you stick with me and I help you through this, you will find money that you didn't know you had. And then you'll start to be able to start putting towards an emergency fund. Debt is anything that you owe. So if you get a credit card, you get a car loan, you get a house loan, you owe somebody on the block, that's a debt. Okay, you got to pay that back. They're going to come for you. Okay? So we don't want debt. We want to pay off our debt. Debt may become more of a priority over your sinking funds because we need to get those things out of the way so that we can live our life freely without having anything holding us back. We also have the debt snowball method, which is something that I would prefer. I got it from like the Dave Ramsey show because I sometimes see those clips, but in general, I like the concept of starting with the lowest payment to the highest payment that you owe back, the lowest amount to the highest amount that you owe. You start with the lowest amount and you aggressively attack it with money, not with your hands, with money, and then you add that amount, that once you pay that off, you add that amount to the next payment, and then you keep going down like a snowball, and it gets bigger and bigger, that you can put towards the biggest debt. If you are still confused, please, please, please don't run away. I hope you didn't run away. But these are some of the terms you need to know. So if you are still confused, or you have terms that I did not say that you're confused about, let me know in the comments.